Alright, guys, we got another weekly winners draft here. We're going to go ahead and get this thing tweeted out and get it going. I've actually been getting super excited about this format a little bit more every single time we do it in these drafts. I'm hoping that we end up getting one of those teams, placing high one of these weeks. Nothing too crazy. Alright, let's dive in for the best. I think we're going to stick with our typical draft strategy here of trying to link up some bye weeks, and then what bye weeks we can't, we want to overlap the divisions. So that'll be my current favorite strategy. We'll be talking a little bit more about that on Saturday. Me or Alex will be doing a video regarding what our draft strategies for that will be like as we do more and more of these. So initially, I thought I was probably going to only do like one or two of these a month, just knowing because there was going to be smaller drafts that I like doing more of. But this is like essentially entering, like $1 every week for potential big money. So I think I will lay off on some of those a little bit, like the puppy drafts. So like I might only do 10 on the next one. I know I completely missed the Pomeranian today doing some 4th of July stuff. So that was unfortunate, but nothing too bad. All right, 4th of July live stream. Come say hi, drafting from the 4th spot. How appropriate. All right, drop that in there. So it depends how we're going to go on this. I'm pretty much going to let whoever in the top 4 fall to me. I would love for one of the receivers to go. I don't mind taking Cooper Kupp. You can say a lot of teams have the week 10 bye week that we could build around here. A lot of teams. I do need to pull up a bye week schedule here. Let's get that. NFL bye weeks. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce going to come off next. Potentially, possibly, most likely. Ooh, Tyreek Hill did. We could go Kelce and then have that locked in 1 week. He is by week 10. Yeah, let's take Kelce here. Just sit there. Then we could go one tight end even. So Alex sent me a draft that he did. That was very, very interesting to me, and it made a lot of sense when after he did it. Is he only took Jalen Hurts? That was his only quarterback, and I was like, huh. Yeah, you get one of the more massive quarterbacks that's very capable of putting up a bunch of points, and that way you're also correlating that week 10 bye. So obviously, best case scenario, we get Hurts or Mahomes to fall to us on the come around. I'm not exactly hoping for the best there, or I am hoping for the best there, not exactly expecting that to happen by any means. It'll be a little slide, but nothing too drastic. We got a couple couple badges in here, so maybe there's a chance of them sliding, but got a lot of people that are unbadged like I am. Probably be close by the end of this year, maybe next year. I'm not really sure. I didn't do a whole lot of drafts last year, not as much as I would have liked, but now we're in a spot. Mahomes in the first. Interesting. All right, different. Haven't seen that in quite some time, but that makes our likelihood of getting one of the week 10 bye quarterbacks pretty unlikely. Kind of unfortunate, but not the worst thing ever. We could always, go Matt Stafford later, Van Jefferson. It's people I like taking. Could get Tua, maybe get Waddle Tua on the come around here. Not Tua yet, obviously, but Waddle is another guy that could fall to us. That falls into that week 10 bye. Devonta Smith would be excellent if we could go Hurts, Devontae, and run that back. I'd be pretty thrilled. Not gonna lie. But 7 picks away. Once again, not Not impossible, not necessarily likely. I'm assuming the AJ Brown guy, yeah, I'll say, didn't think AJ Brown slipped too far. But I'm assuming he'll go that stack right off the bat. Makes sense in this to have every single week some of the better, bigger stacks. So I think one key thing is if we do enough of where we get these early round picks, Waddle comes off the board way. Oh, that was not what we wanted. Click the button on the mouse. That backed us up a little bit. Was that the guy who had AJ? Nope, it's this guy. See you later, Jalen. Oh, he goes Davante Adams. We have the possibility. We definitely do. Come on. Art, be nice to me here. Give me the chance. Give me just a little bit of hope. Week 13 is another easy week to build around, wasn't it? Or was that the one? Yeah, week 13 has tons and tons of teams. So I'm hoping he does not go quarterback here. Hoping, oh, dang. Unfortunate. All right, so if we want to stick in the week 10 buys, we could get Tua and Stafford later, but we wouldn't get any receivers to go with Tua. Stafford isn't that exciting for us. Maybe we just start building into this week 13 bye just because it's easy, and then we take a big name running back like Saquon that could pop off a whole bunch. So I think that's fine with me. It's unfortunate Hurts didn't fall one more spot to us. I wonder who that guy had. He had CMC before that. So he's really pushing it at the wide receiver room, as are we at this point. I definitely would like to take a wide receiver. Devontae Smith, if he's there when he comes back. I'm assuming not. But that would be okay with us. We could also go Lamar again. I think we did take Lamar in our last. I'm doing some research here on the side. I'm trying to remember who I've only done the one weekly winners draft so far. So I want to make sure I'm not stacking too much up on who I already have. We did go Lamar. We got Lamar and Cousins. So let's just hope Devontae keeps falling here. If not, we can go Josh Jacobs. Build that week 13 bye pretty heavy on the running back room, and then drop it, forget it, and hit a bunch of wide receivers here too. So that's our two choices on who we would want to go. Ideally, Lamar comes off the board. I think Devontae Smith as an RB1 would be safe, or as a Devontae Smith as a wide receiver 1 would be a good pick for us here, especially with the nice little slide that he had there. So that gives us a unique build. We're staying in the NFC East. When it comes to that, we can look into the AFC West as well for our other picks. Other people that I would consider at that point, Justin Fields wouldn't have been a bad one for the bye week correlation. We're looking 45, 52 on our next one. Let's see who's sitting around there that we like. Not a whole lot of people. It's kind of that area that I'm not a huge fan of. Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see who falls. Judy would be awesome if we wanted to stick in the division there. DJ Moore, we really don't have a lot of people ADP-wise around that bye area that we would want to build around exactly. So let's just see who kind of falls to us. No reason in stressing it right now. Just kind of sit there, hope for the best, and roll with it. For all Americans, I hope you're having a lovely 4th of July. Everybody else, I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. I know it is in the middle of the day. Tuesday. I don't even know the day of the week anymore. We were actually outside. We had the baby out. We got a little blow-up pool and let her swim in it. Swim, quote unquote. We held her in it, but it was nice and fun. Good little time for us to just kind of enjoy ourselves, enjoy the sun, have a drink before it got too hot out. I think we're just kind of going to hang out, do some fun things like Mario Party and different little gamey stuff for us just to enjoy the rest of our day. So Justin Fields, if he's there, he is not. I was going to say would be an obvious smash pick for me coming back around on this one. hoping for the best. And when it comes to our team here, Hawkinson's the only guy. DJ Moore, I just don't have much interest in, but it would build some diversity in our team that I haven't done a whole lot of. Trying to think who, Mike Williams is a good option for a boom week guy. I don't even know when New England's bye week is. Week 11. Because I don't want to stray too far from my path plans. I'd rather forfeit 2 weeks completely and have the best team possible. Bunch of week 13 quarterbacks we could still get. Danny Dimes would be a quarterback that I would like to take here. Ideally, he seems like a guy that would fit the build, and we can build around him super easily. Super comfortably, super easy. Could get Captain Kirk, could get Jimmy G a little late. Otherwise, Kirk Cousins is our best options next to Daniel Dimes. I think Judy is the person I'd like most here. Just because we're sticking in the AFC West then. We could go probably like that. And if we draft divisionally, we're taking people that are playing a bunch of Chiefs. Judy comes off the board. That's unfortunate for us. Anybody else in the NFC East here that we really wouldn't mind picking? Not looking so hot here. So, let's just go ahead and take Mike Williams and keep that big play in divisionally there as much as we can. So not a bad start. Our quarterback room might look a little rough, but we'll see how that goes around. I do think DJ Moore probably will be our pick here. I was going to say ETN would be the only other guy that I have a whole bunch of interest in if he didn't fall. I'm trying to look at some of the other weeks that are... The week 10 is like kind of super disgusting on how amazing like the bye week teams are. You got Chiefs, Dolphins, Eagles, and even the Rams are pretty appealing in my eyes. Way more than what they used to be, at least. Cooper Kupp, even Van Jefferson, Matt Stafford, all those guys I like a whole bunch. If Herbert would still be on the board, I wouldn't have hated the idea of going Herbert and potentially pushing Mike Williams, but that didn't happen. So, yeah, I think DJ Moore is our choice here. Ayuk would be okay too. But yeah, we'll just stick with the week 10 bye. And I haven't drafted a whole lot of DJ Moore, so it just makes sense to kind of change the pace of things just a little bit. Make things a little bit different than normal. Also, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, even if you're watching this post. We are trying to do more live streams. I've done 3 straight in a row, I believe. We haven't done much like edited content. And DJ Moore comes off the board. That throws a wrench in our plans. So Ayuk would be okay. Kittle we don't need. I could go Tony, and I know it's a drastic reach there. I think Ayuk probably is the smartest pick. Least amount of risk there. And probably can get somebody like Cam Akers on the comeback. So that's okay. Now we can build potentially a little bit more with the NFC West as well. And there's a lot of teams, especially in this next round of picks for us, that would fit that mold. So Cam Akers would be an ideal pick here for us. Whether we get him or not, we'll see. But that is A-okay with me. So a lot of running backs falling here. George Kittle slipping a little bit. We'll wait and see what comes around for that. But yeah, we plan to do something that's a little more edited, produced content, I guess is the best way to phrase it here shortly, talking about our weekly winner strategy, since this will be something that kind of goes on for a long time. One of the longer contests that will be 261,000 entries on top of Best Ball Mania, which has 677,000. Quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. Yeah, I completely missed the first Pomeranian. I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3 more. That's one thing I have no doubt about whatsoever. Pomeranian is a $3 tournament that has pretty decent advance rates, if my brain serves me correctly. Can't remember it off the top of my head, but I want to say it's like 2 and 12, 2 and 15, and then maybe 2 and 12 again, something like that. I'm not exactly sure. So I thought about the weekly winner situation, and it was interesting to me once I got in depth and started thinking more about it, because I was like, it's really like I'm just throwing $1 in every single week, and if I finish in the top, I don't know, let's actually do that math. We can figure it out. We have the power to do that. So you got 7. This is what pays out every week, and that's how many people enter. So you got a 3% chance every single week of paying out, which isn't awful for for these tournaments, because even at 3%, when you do that with 17 weeks, it seems pretty appealing in my eyes. Game Makers comes off the board. We might go Kadarius Toney here. Keep building the Chiefs stack up a little bit. I don't hate the idea of taking a bunch of Chiefs players for this by any means. We're definitely going to push running back here, I think. Definitely going to be pushing running back here. It's unfortunate we're not able to stack any of these guys, but we might go ahead and make a little bit of reach on Daniel Dimes when that comes around. He's at 108, and we're picking at 100, so that'll be a good little pick there for us. If T-Law is still sitting around at 69, man, that's hard to pass on. Especially because he's a guy that could have a lot of boom potential. One thing I think is important to remember about this, Toney came off the board. Not to forget your values, and this one is a massive one. Getting him a full, no, didn't have to worry about that. Let's take him off the board so we don't have to think about it. All right. Players we like here. Not a whole bunch of them that really fit with what we're going. A lot of the people fell out that we were trying to get here. This might be a best player available situation. Do I think Dotson will make it back to me at 76? Is the question. Go Pierce and get a safe running back. Yeah, let's go Deontay. Deontay's kind of my safety net for a lot of picks. I know he doesn't have much correlation, but I think he's a guy that's just a safe, solid pick. If he has any touchdown regression, then we'll be in a very, very good spot. Otherwise, I really want to get Jahan Dotson. Deontay Johnson and Jahan Dotson. That's a tongue twister for you. I would rather get either one of, or if I can get Jahan Dotson on this next little bit. Hey Dustin, welcome in. Sorry, I've been looking at this screen trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Yeah, 3 out of 12 advance out of the first round in the Pom. The Pomeranian, that's crazy how fast that. I guess just with a lot of Americans having the day off. I don't even remember how many entries it was. I want to say it was like close to 30,000, which is just insane to me. Alex texted me about it. Yeah, 30K entries in no time. I mean, that thing flew by. Let's try to make a pivot plan for when Deontay comes off the board, or Jahan Dotson comes off the board. Let's just go Pacheco, since we're building a little bit around the Chiefs at this point. I'm okay with a little bit of a reach on him in this situation. I definitely like Jahan Dotson the most out of the current. I mean, it's hard to pass on Hollywood at this point, but I think Jahan Dotson is really well. If we want to build the NFC West, we could go Hollywood. I mean, it's the value. If we wanted to get the Rams players later, I mean, it's a value. It's a value. Let's talk ourselves into making good picks instead of making bad picks. We're staying divisionally. If we go with the NFC West a little bit more, we got the AFC West. We got Ayuk for the NFC West. And we got 3 quarterbacks we could draft a lot later, being Kyler, Purdy, or any of the Rams players if we wanted that. You got 3 fast in and 7 slow ones off. I don't blame you. I mean, jump in it when you can. That's normally how I bet a lot of people did that with the entry fee being so cheap to get in. There's probably tons and tons of people that are doing a bunch of the slow drafts. So I don't like getting myself in that slow draft purgatory, as I call it. It just seems like there's so much that's going on all at once. And it just kind of gets painful after a while. Forget where I'm drafting, what I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. Rashad Penny is another guy that I actually wouldn't hate to take. Dang, yeah, these people with the badges always seem to snipe the guys that I'm feeling. But we did get some real good values there, so I guess we can't be too mad. We got some good ADPs. 9 picks past ADP on Hollywood. Deontay just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. So we do need to start looking running back. Pacheco's there when we come back around. That's definitely my pick. Build in that AFC West a little bit stronger. Another guy, we could go Gibson. Since we got 5 wide receivers, we do need to. Where's Pirine? Pirine's another guy. Daniel Jones is another pick we can look at. I think we can lay off the wide receiver room a little bit. Unfortunately, our bye weeks are not correlating as strongly as we wanted right off the bat, so this might be more of a divisional style draft. Got the Chargers, and the Chiefs. If we can get somebody from Denver, that'll really build our AFC. Even if I can go Tim Patrick later, that'll help build that out a little bit. I do think we should look strongly at Daniel Jones when that comes around, because we can get any wide receiver from the Giants pretty late, pretty safely. Most of the time we can, at least. I think my best route is, unfortunate, is definitely try to build into these divisional ones as much as we can. At this point, kind of drop the bye week plan. We could go to, I was gonna say we could go Bateman or get one of the Baltimore receivers to stack with Deontay in the Pittsburgh situation here, but we don't have that option. James Cook is somebody who has the bye week correlation with Saquon. Man, I feel like it is a little bit of a reach for Gibson and everybody, but I really don't want anybody else. A whole bunch here. Yeah, I think we just go Gibson. It's kind of nasty that we're going that late. I wish. James Cook might not have been a bad pick there either, but a lot of quarterbacks still on the board. Still got 3 of them, or 2 of them now, excuse me. There was 3 in front of Daniel Jones that I would have been okay with going with. big quarterback run. Unfortunately, we might have to push running back now a little bit more. Not the plan. Was really wanting Perine here. Well, I'm going to get him. 4 quarterbacks in a row there out of nowhere. That's unfortunate. A little bit annoyed, but we do what we can. Michael Thomas comes off the board. Man, taking Perine before Javonte seems so nasty, but it's what I want to do here. Just change it up a little bit, plain and simple. Got a lot of Javonte, not a lot of Perine, and it's sounding like Javonte is probably not going to start the year more and more. So I'm okay going this route for now. Next picks are 117 and 124. Rashad Penny would be awesome. Kind of build in with the Eagles. Javonte comes off next. Can go Eli Mitchell. We have a pretty good running back room here, and then we'll have to start thinking about our quarterbacks. Jerick McKinnon is another guy. That doesn't seem like a terrible pick. Trying to stay in these divisions as much as we can now. So I think we're going to have to kind of build around Kyler. Kyler's ADP has gone up, hasn't it? No, it hasn't. Okay. So Kyler is somebody that we like. Kyler and Purdy. We got to be aware that a lot of quarterbacks have come off the board, so we don't want to lose too much on them. These are the 3 quarterbacks that we're kind of looking at, all in the NFC West. Dang. I do like how they say the weekly average projection here in all of these. I think that's fun. Get you a little more aware of where you're going. Rashad Penny is projected to be the starter, it looks like. Which I do think he's more likely to take Miles Sanders' role, which is very, very interesting to me. I like the idea of it. Sky Moore would be a huge value, too, if he managed to slide down to us. I wouldn't mind taking a shot on him. Build Kansas City out a little bit stronger. Where's Tim Patrick's 8? Oh, man, he has gone way up the board now. But he's at the bottom there where we're looking, so something to think about. Brian Robinson. All right, didn't worry about that because we got Antonio Gibson. Big reach there, 10 spots. It'll even out that Hollywood Brown goodness that we got there. I think Deontay might have been our straggler. Who else should we got taken at that point that we should have gone? Really, not a whole lot of anybody. Jahan Dotson might have been the only person we could have took, but it would have been a little bit of a reach. I think if I would have had Jahan Hollywood, I'd be okay with that. Penny comes off the board. Quite unfortunate. I do think Eli Mitchell is our pick here. He's who I like the most. Building around San Francisco a little bit stronger. Gives a little bit with Purdy. All right. I do like our wide receiver, and we have a lot of upside potential here, for sure. Jerick McKinnon gives us a little bit more of the Kansas City. He was a key piece of their offense last year, so I'm hoping got a little bit of run back with that. Whether we do or don't, that's its own new thing. But we don't get the opportunity to pick him. So let's do some thinking. We could go Russ. Not exactly in the love with taking any of the wide receivers that we have with this current build. A.J. Dillon is a fun pick. But we got no NFC North. We could go Jacoby Myers. That's in that week 13 bye that we've pretty much pitched in the trash at this point. But it would also open us up Jimmy G late if we miss on one of our quarterbacks. So that's not a terrible idea. Our other option would be reaching for Russell Wilson. An unstacked Russell Wilson. A little bit scary in my eyes. I think we just go Jacoby here. And then our backup plan would be Russ. Hope we get Tim Patrick. After that. Okay. So do we go Russ? And be brave. I don't necessarily need the love on Allen Lazard at this point. I think we go Russ and then take Tim Patrick at 165 here. So that's fine. Hopefully Denver and Kansas City have some big games against each other. Unfortunate. But maybe we can even stack in Mims as well in there. Van Jefferson is who I would love to get. 148. I think we almost have to go Kyler as our other quarterback here. I think I'm going to take out Purdy out of the list here at all. Well, let's leave him on there. Just to keep our brain straight. 148. Who else is going around that? Taysom would be the other big name guy for the weekly spikes, of course. Could get MBS potentially. I would say Higbee. We could go Jaylen Warren if he's still around and kind of quit our running back room there. That would be okay with me. I don't expect him to be there. So I think it's probably a pretty good idea to try to figure out another guy to take in this spot. We might just go MBS and build around that a little stronger. Would be a strong choice here to go Mims and Tim Patrick potentially. Warren came off the board. I don't hate the idea of going like that. Van Jefferson, Matt Stafford. Trying to think of the NFC West correlations still. This team got kind of scattered. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes sometimes. Not the worst thing. Van Jefferson came off in front of us, leaving Greg Dulcich falling quite a bit. But with Travis Kelce, and MVS. Well, Rashee Rice could be an okay value for us at this point. Probably will grab him. I haven't done a whole bunch with him. Man, this is tough sometimes. Not friendly to us whatsoever. Do we just take Kendre and hope for the best? Let's queue him up. And we go Taysom to hope outspike Kelsey. Let's stay on brand. Let's outspike him and leave that as is. So, trying to think, we're looking ADP 148, 165, 172. I probably would only be able to get one of these wide receivers at that point. If I still want to take Kyler, Kyler would be a little bit of a slide, and then we'd be pushing Purdy as our other stack. Not the best draft. I'm telling you that right now. Could do 2 quarterback for this. I feel a little more comfortable doing 2 quarterback in comparison. Potentially 3. People don't remember that Matt Stafford was pretty good a long time ago. We don't have any good Matt Stafford stacks, so I don't really want to go that route. Probably just taking another running back here. Seems like we've dove into the week 9 failure potentially at this point. So I don't hate the idea of taking Bigsby here, but I'm ready for him to come off one spot before us. Dulcich might have been the better pick there, but I really think it's the only person that can outspike Kelsey is Taysom. We will only have big tight ends. Algier comes off the board. Cool. Let's take Bigsby and move on. It's kind of out of our hands this point at who we get for our next quarterback. Ideally, Kyler is there, and we take him. At the Hollywood stack. And we can take their rookie. I'm trying to remember his name. Wide receiver as another one. Michael Wilson. He's been getting the buzz. Stafford came off the board. So that was unfortunate for us, but not the worst thing ever. Like I said, we were kind of moving on from him at that point. So let's look at our divisions that we got. So we got AFC West. We got Pirine, Mike Williams, and Travis Kelce there. NFC East, we got Saquon, Antonio Gibson, Devontae Smith. Not the best. Talk about trying to stack one division at a time. This is going to turn into more of a regular draft than anything else, but, you know, whatever happens, happens. NFC West, we got Eli Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk, Hollywood Brown. NFC South, just Taysom on his lonesome. Hey, at least in the AFC North, AFC South, all over the place, to say the least. But yeah, I think I'd rather take whatever quarterback is here at this point, just to be a little bit safer. Take Kyler. It's not really late on the ADP there. Get someone we like, someone with a lot of upside. We're tanking week 9 at running back, even though our first two RBs are a little bit ahead there. This has been a weird draft for me. Hopefully get that 3% chance. DJ Chark, another guy I've been taking a lot of. Yeah, I think the best case scenario for me is as long as one of the Denver receivers is definitely still on board for us, there's no reason for us not to just go ahead and lock in Kyler and hope that Tim Patrick or Marvin Mims. I'd rather take Tim Patrick. I just have the feeling that he's the guy, plain and simple. And if he's not, well, that's unfortunate for us. trying to decide if we want to go a 3 quarterback build. If Purdy falls to us, that's probably our best option there to make it a 3 quarterback build. If not, I'm probably just going to run Kyler, Russ, and feel pretty okay about that. Roshan comes off the board. Might go one more running back, a couple more receivers. This turned into a pretty normal team, just hoping for the best. It's turned into more of a DFS lineup for me, which is fine. It will be a little bit scary if... I mean, we still got quarterbacks above Kyler. Mims comes off the board. All right, I mean, we either push Kyler, 2 quarterback, 2 quarterback. Let's see who he's got. Got Lamar and nobody from Arizona. All right, let's push it and hope for the best. I mean, we're going to get one of our 2 quarterbacks here. Unfortunate if we do miss out. On Kyler in this spot. I think Kyler just has the high-end potential. If he plays this season, he's going to be awesome. So hopefully he just doesn't start out on the pup. He's got the rushing upside. We got his #1 target. Got some big tight ends. It is crazy how much Tim Patrick's ADP is going up. I think my average ADP for him was in the 200s, and now I'm taking him at 165. As long as he doesn't go Kyler, I'm looking pretty good here. And with Lamar, who knows? Very good wide receiver room here. Very good running back room for that matter, too. Like that guy's team a lot. Ooh, don't like Hawkinson. Hawkinson is one guy that has very much fallen off for me. And my excitement for him. Derek Carr comes off. Getting a little bit scary, especially with this guy only having 1 QB before us. I mean, we're taking whoever here. Between our 2 guys, I prefer Kyler. Do a little fingers crossed situation here. All right, nice. Cool. So I don't hate this team. Getting Kyler in definitely makes a big difference here. I wonder what the rest of... Now that I just found that they have this average point per week, so that's I'm just wondering what the gap was there between the 2 of them. All right, so now we're getting to the dart throw 189, 196 area. Probably should get another running back in here at this point. Could go Chase Young. Chase Brown, excuse me. We're not drafting any defensive players today. Definitely could take another Giants receiver randomly. Whether it's Wandale. Slayton's the guy I've been liking to take late. Bandakanda would be good. Give us a little bit more of the... Oh, we don't have anybody from the AFC East. Shoot. Shoot, shoot. Renfrow, good receiver choice here. Get the AFC West. Sun's tired me out, I'll tell you what. Make my nose itchy, all these other things going on. So Renfrow probably would be one of our picks for sure. Build this wide receiver room up to 8 here, most likely. Probably these 2 guys are who I want most. Very realistic with our ADP situation. Wandale would be the backup. Ooh, Renfrow came off way early. Interesting. 180 average projection. I feel like my team is not looking like that. Gotta come up with a backup plan there. Hyatt is interesting to me. I've heard a lot of bad things in training camp about him. He was a guy I actually took in Dynasty right off the bat because I thought, there is obviously the upside potential to be the one in their offense, but is also not necessarily likely at this point. Ooh, Sam Howell. Interesting. So, Cordarrelle's another guy I like at running back, potentially. All the running backs I like are officially off the board. Purdy finally came off the board. Jordan Love is next. So Slayton is definitely going to be our pick here. Oops, let's look Wandale. I like Slayton just because I think there's more big play potential in an uncertain offense. Pierre Strong would be okay, especially if he ends up getting the 2 role. Wide receiver room looks okay. Not the best we've ever had by any means, but definitely turned out quite okay. Seeing if there's anybody else from any of these divisions that we may or may not want. Zamir White wouldn't be a terrible last round pick. Devontae Parker's ADP has flown up the board for no reason. All right, so I think I do want to go Zamir White just because I haven't taken him, and it would be interesting that he could potentially take a bigger role. That puts us at 6 running backs. We'll take one more wide receiver. Ross would be okay. Richie James is another guy. Clyde is actually probably who I should have taken at running back. There's also the chance that Clyde does literally nothing. Or let's go ahead and build our Arizona stack a little stronger. So that's our order there. Building up Arizona a little bit more. Shame that we left off Kelsey a little bit there, but got a big Denver correlation with him. Couple guys, we got Russ and P. Ryan and Timmy P. Kyler's got Hollywood. Hopefully one of these two, Michael Wilson or Greg Dortch. Didn't get as much of the NFC West as we would have liked. Well, we got Eli Mitchell, Brandon Ayuk. So it's there. This ain't the worst situation. It'll be interesting to see how these formats play out and what actually pays out towards the end of the year. I think this team is okay. I don't necessarily know. It depends where Kyler's at, I feel like, in his recovery. Because if that's the case, then we got a lot of guys that have a lot of big play potential. As far as starting wide receivers, I feel pretty good about that. Kelsey, we obviously got the best tight end. Pretty good running back 2s here. Gibson, P. Ryan, Mitchell, Bigsby, Zamir White's a high end possible guy that could see a lot of upside. Wandale's still on the board. Would have made me feel bad if I Michael Wilson, dang. Not too often that we're missing out on that. So maybe we go one of the KC guys, just hope for the best, I guess. I don't know. Probably will just take Greg Dortch here. Just because he was okay for a while. I don't see any reason to take anybody else. Hollywood. I'm trying to think. So he might be the 4 on the team even. It really doesn't matter too much. Could go a little more friendly on the KC side. Probably more likely to see targets and be it. Oh, let's just go ahead. Let's go with it. Build around Kansas City a little bit. Give us a little more upend on there. We got a bunch of former Giants. But thank you guys for watching. Happy 4th of July. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. I'm EJ. Until next time, like I said, we'll have a more produced video here coming out shortly. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you later. Have a good holiday.